Why is it
Oh,
like
I
that?
see why that's your better side.
Why?
Because your part's like there.
Wanna set it up? Ready?
No, you.
Why am I always in style?
Because.
Come on,
Nope.
Serena.
Something that you can do that like exercises your mouth. And
You wanna do some
Yes. But what was that?
theatric exercises?
What was this is something I made up, but it's like the cow jumped over the moon. Like,
Maybe.
oh, well, you say it. You probably say it way better.
We're probably gonna have to redo this like a few times. Okay, ready? All right. What are we starting off with?
How we?
Hey, what's up, guys? You know what is it? Give me a practice. Come on.
I don't know what to say.
Baby.
I don't know.
Stop.
What was that thing?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to our channel. For today's video, we are going to be talking about the #1 thing that we get asked whenever people find out that we are in a long distance relationship, and that is the question of how did we meet? Before we get started, if you do enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you aren't already subscribed to our channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below so you can stay updated with all the videos that we post.
As most of you guys may know, we are in a long distance relationship. I live here in the US and Leizell lives in Australia.
So naturally people wonder, how do we meet? Being on the complete opposite sides of the world from one another.
Right.
It's a pretty interesting story. I think you should start this because basically like Alan found me, I guess.
Yeah, I definitely found you on YouTube. The most interesting part of it is actually on YouTube.
Yeah, because if some of you guys didn't know, I actually do have my own YouTube channel. I've been doing YouTube for quite a while now, just like makeup tutorials, beauty, lifestyle, vlogs, that kind of thing. And
I've actually been working from home for like almost a decade now, and what I do for a living is I'm a clothing designer. I pretty much work in front of my laptop every day, and I watch YouTube just to have background noise. And for some reason one day I saw her thumbnail on the feed and I clicked on it, and I was like, oh wow, she's really cute. And I subscribed, and I don't know if I immediately like went to your social media, but somehow, some way I added you on Instagram and on Snapchat. And after that, I probably like either commented or messaged you one time or here and there.
yeah, because I would always post things like on my story to promote like my videos and to just interact with subscribers and stuff. And you would sometimes respond.
Most interesting part is this was 2016. So
3 years ago.
I've subscribed to your channel since 2016.
Yeah.
But we never really like started talking, or even I started commenting on your Snapchat not till 2017.
Yeah, I would say so. And I didn't reply straight
Oh,
away.
you definitely didn't reply. So I remember the time when you replied the first time, I was very shocked. I was like, oh wow, like she actually replied. And yes, I actually slid on her DMs, but it was a lot of, it's just all friendship.
Yeah, it wasn't like, okay, so it wasn't like you slid in my DMs to be like,
no,
oh,
I wasn't trying to holler at you or anything. Like, it was just more like, oh, she's cute, but I saw what you were doing. I saw, you know, your day to day, or whenever you post anything on Snapchat. And I, you know, it's pretty interesting. I told you what I did for a living.
Yeah, I think that's how we started to get talking, because he probably responded to like one of my snaps.
Right.
And then I don't know why, but I decided to respond. Actually, part of the reason as to why I decided to respond is because in his username he had a little Filipino flag. You know, the Filipino flag emoji?
Right.
And I was like, oh cool, like he must be Filipino, so I'll just respond.
Yeah.
I must have said like thank you or something. You must have said something.
Something simple like that. I think you did.
And I was like,
that's
thanks.
pretty much what you said.
It started off very, like our communication with one another was very just like, oh, that's cool, or like, you know.
Yeah, it was like, again, you would do something, it would be interesting. When I saw it, I was like, oh wow, you know, I saw the city. You were showing a little bit of the city, and I was really, like, I always wanted to go to Australia. So you know, especially I'm really heavy into like the sneaker industry, and they would always have events in Sydney or in Australia, and Melbourne is really big into streetwear and you know, sneakers. So when I saw that, I was like, oh wow, it's interesting. When I started seeing like a Biggie Smalls on a graffiti on the wall, I didn't realize.
I didn't know that you guys knew about all that down there.
Biggie, or Tupac or anything. So I was really shocked. But for some reason, 2018
was like the year where we really, I don't know how it happened, but we just started talking every day. And if you guys can imagine, like, this is all through our phones. Like, it's just crazy to think about it. Like, through text. Actually, it was even through like Snapchat.
I think majority. I didn't even get your number. It was us messaging on Snapchat the whole time. Right. Because Snapchat was so accessible. Right. And it's interactive because there's photos, there's emojis, there's bitmojis. Yeah. So it was a little bit more interactive, and you know, through text you could just text. Do you remember how I got your number?
Oh, you got my number? Well.
It was pretty casual.
No, I think you asked me to call you to wake you up.
Oh, that's
because I remember. I remember. By this time, we were on friendly terms. You know, it's not like we didn't know each other, so it wasn't like I was giving my number to a stranger. But he said, "Can you call me in like an hour or so to wake me up?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." I called him. I remember he answered. And you're like, hello, and I was like, hi, like, I'm just waking up. I think that was the first time we ever spoke, like, on the phone like that.
I think so. You know what I didn't realize? I was like, well, I can't call her because she's like long distance. I'll get charged. And I forgot that there's like such thing as
no, but that was the
FaceTime
thing.
Audio,
when you answered, you were like, hello, and I was like, hi, like, I'm waking up. And you were just like, oh shit, I shouldn't have answered, sorry. I'll text you. And I was like, no, it's fine. This is FaceTime audio. And that is the beauty of having an iPhone, is that FaceTime and FaceTime audio and iMessage doesn't cost us anything to be able to stay in communication with one another.
In 2018, we pretty much didn't miss a beat. Every day we pretty much talked to each other. The whole, every single day. It, you know, and it led up to meeting. You know, we wanted to meet each other, and we wanted to get out of the country, and I don't know where we decided at first. We had a couple options. Yeah. I know what it was. It was the bucket list. Like you said, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to go here.
Obviously, like, talking every day, there's a lot of things that we could talk about, like, and that's all we could do is just talk. So the amount of like topics that we covered, like, we talk about everything. So naturally, in previous conversations, like, oh, what's a place you'd love to visit came up, and then when it came down to, like, once we realized, hey, we're talking every day, like, and we kind of came to terms and addressed, like, that we liked each other and, like, we liked getting to know each other, we made the decision of we should meet. And that's how we decided.
I don't know if it was your suggestion. I was like, let's just go in Bali.
We're looking at like a couple of options of places to go. We wanted to go somewhere like tropical, relaxing.
That's what it is. Yeah. I wanted to go because it's, you know, where I live here in the Northeast, like New York area. You know, I grew up in Massachusetts. It's very cold, and I wanted to get out of the cold. And I was like, you know what, screw that. Let's go to a tropical place. Let's go to a paradise. At least for us, it would be more relaxing, and we could do like the activities. You know, so it was the best decision we made.
So we pretty much from there, like, booked the tickets.
Yeah, we booked it, and you know, the anticipation getting to January. And we also decided to go on your birthday.
Oh yeah, that's the thing too, because of my birthday's in January, so we decided, like, yeah, why not?
Best time
we'll go then, and it's like dead of winter for you as well.
It was freezing.
It's like snowing every day. He complained to me about the snow.
I mean, we have snow, or it's like below 30s more than 6 months out of the year here in the Northeast, in the New York area. So it was freezing, so I needed to get out of the cold.
Well, actually, like, how do you think our first time meeting went?
That was very, not just interesting, but I think it's more comforting for me. We spoke so much all throughout the year 2018 that like it got to the point where I knew when she was sad, I knew when she was happy, I knew when she was excited. You know, it was so, like, how do you think, you know, just being on the phone, knowing their mannerisms, their tone of voice, taught you a lot. So that's why long distance for me worked really well, because I got to know you so well.
Yeah, it's completely different when your only means of getting to know someone is purely through talking. Like there's no, like you don't see them in person, there's no physical, like it's all purely just like vocal communication. So yeah, like the amount of talking, like just crazy.
And what's even crazier is I would say like the first 6 months maybe we did not FaceTime, so this could have been a catfish situation. We didn't FaceTime.
No, we didn't.
When we decided to go to Bali, for some reason I was like, you know what, let me just give you know, the first impression, let me just FaceTime you, or let me just meet you the first time. How did it work?
Like I mentioned in the beginning, I do YouTube, so he has already seen my mannerisms. He can see my expressions, the way that I talk. I only saw him through photos like that he'd sent me or on Instagram. Like I just had never seen the way that you are. And
most of my posts on Snapchat really didn't face the camera, or I didn't speak in front of the camera. It was me pointing,
like showing
things where I was, and I traveled so much in the past, so I wanted to show everybody where I was.
So I had never seen him like actually just talk, so I was like to him like, hey, should we FaceTime? Obviously as well to make sure, like I knew for myself, I knew he wasn't a catfish, but just to be safe and to make sure, I was like, let's just get this over with and FaceTime. But you didn't want to.
At first I definitely didn't want to, and then it got to the point where I don't know what made us decide to that day. We just
it was really random, because his excuse for not wanting to FaceTime was, oh, I want the first time when I see your face, like, to be in person, like when we meet. And I was like, no.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense. At the time, it made sense in my brain. But, you know, I'm glad that we decided to FaceTime way before we went to Bali.
And I felt like that definitely brought us a lot closer as well. I remember the first time we FaceTimed was so casual.
It was super casual.
I was like, I'm gonna FaceTime you, and you're like driving as you
I was driving going to the gym. What were you doing at the time?
I was just chilling at home. I can't remember. It was probably evening for me.
And again, you know, our first time we FaceTime was so it was super casual, where it didn't really feel like I didn't like the first time meeting. We knew each other so well already. And it felt like that when we first going back to Bali, the first time we met in person, it just felt like, oh, I haven't seen you in a long time.
That's something I always say.
You feel like a stranger.
When the first time we met, because we'd spent so much time talking on the phone, we'd spent so much time on FaceTime. When we first found each other, well, he found me once again in the airport, it honestly did not feel awkward. It didn't feel uncomfortable. It just felt like someone who, for me anyway, it felt like I was coming back to a person that I hadn't seen for a long time. It didn't feel like I was meeting him for the first time. I don't know how it felt.
It definitely felt like the same way. It wasn't awkward at all. It was really, really interesting and just more comforting for me. I'm like, oh, okay, well, you know, I talk to you every day, so now we're just, give me a hug.
Where's my hug?
Where's my hug?
That's the thing as well. We actually hadn't established any type of like...
Oh, that's right.
It's not like when we met, we'd said like, yes, we're together, like...
We're boyfriend and girlfriend.
I hate that. Like we knew that we liked each other. We knew we had a lot in common. We knew that this was something that we wanted to pursue. Obviously, it wasn't just like we're just gonna see where this goes. We knew that we would be together, but something he always told me is like, we just need to meet first.
Even though we spoke every day, I knew that, you know, once we meet, then we could start the relationship that way. And you know, after that, it was up and running.
I was like,
Our experience in Bali was amazing. You know, one thing that I love doing is like all the stuff outdoors, and I know that was your first time doing a lot of things. And I loved going, you know, just adventures, hiking, anything to do outdoors. playing basketball, you know, rafting, anything.
No, it was really
Scuba.
fun. It was a lot of fun, and to be honest, it was actually my first time like traveling by myself, and I hadn't even. Like, if you think about it, it's kind of dangerous. Like, hey, I'm just gonna go over here
jump on
by
a plane.
myself, jump on a plane to
Didn't
go
know if I was
meet
gonna
someone.
be there or not. And we would joke around like, "Are you gonna be there?"
Yeah, like, you better be there.
You better be there.
So yeah, that's pretty much the story of how we met,
Right.
and then how we officially met in person. And yeah, all I can say is like, here we are now. It's been crazy because even though we only officially met in person at the beginning of this year, it feels like a lot longer, right?
Definitely longer.
But yeah, it's been crazy so far.
And fun.
And fun, yeah, for sure. But yeah, I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else, so.
Absolutely.
Right now, if you guys are wondering, we've just been spending the past week together, filming, creating content. And yeah, we're gonna have a lot more videos up for you guys, and also I'm gonna have a lot of content and vlogs up on my channel, so I'm gonna leave the link for that right here and also down below in the description box. Is there anything else you want to say?
That's it. I mean, I know we're gonna pump more content. I can't wait for everyone to see, you know, what we have going on. And that's it.
Yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel down below before you go so you don't miss any more videos that we post. Also, leave us a comment below if you have any questions. We'll be sure to answer them, and we will see you in our next video. Bye.
That's it.
Woohoo!
See, we did our first
We
video.
did it! Our first video!
Got a chemistry.